Okay, hello everybody. This is Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Welcome to another lesson for the kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. Well, welcome. So, what you need to have with you today, guys, is either a pair of drumsticks or a pair of kitchen utensils or eating utensils like spoons, serving spoons, spatulas, something like that. Basically a pair of things to bang on. Okay, so we're going to be going back to using those, okay, because today is all about eighth notes. All right, eighth notes. I'm going to show you how we use the eighth notes in mixed in with the notes that we know already. Okay, so I'm going to show you about that. That's the core of our lesson. The hymnal that we're going to be doing today is When the Saints Go Marching In. Okay, so moms and dads, if you're able to, please do this. Go through Google on your tablet, on your phone, or whatever. Find the lyrics by going on the Google search engine, When the Saints Go Marching In lyrics, and then you should be able to find that those lyrics right away. So we're going to be doing that. All right, and let's see, what else can I think of? Oh, just some reminders, everybody. Just please click subscribe to Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy YouTube channel. Okay, I am so glad to see that there are people going on, and so thankful that you guys are getting on and watching these classes. I do want to remind everybody that it's a good idea to make sure that you guys are watching the entire lesson. Okay, definitely not part. Okay, because there's a lot of steps when it comes to that, and I don't want you guys to miss out on anything, because we can get together like this and we could do our lessons. All right. However, in order for you guys to get better at your skills, at the skills that you guys learn, okay, you want to have some practice outside of it, okay? So listening, watching the entire video, because I know I see sometimes on the views, people only watch for like a little bit, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. You miss out on a whole lot when you only watch for part of the time. So make sure that you're watching the entire thing so that you don't miss any steps, okay? And this way your practices will be that much better, everybody. Okay, but in any event, okay, yeah, please click subscribe if you haven't already, and please click the notifications bell so that you can be made aware of the future lessons that are coming up. So again, thank you again for joining me today. What else can I say? Oh yes, and in the description of the video, please make sure you also have take a look at some of the details in becoming a member of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy through the details through patreon.com/Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Okay, and that's it. That's all I can think of as reminders. Let's get right down to it. First things first, I'm just going to get out my ukulele, and we are going to sing the Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy jingle. If you know it, sing along. Here we go. Time for school, time for music, time to learn together, we can do it. Learning is fun with Mr. C, and learning is fun, everybody, okay? So if you sang along with that, and you guys know that, and you guys were able to follow along with all of those words in the jingle just now, give yourselves a round of applause. A round of applause, I should say. All right, great job, everybody. Okay, so let's get into some stretching. Okay, that was just a little bit of a warm-up for our voice. Let's do some stretches before we start to do our hymnal for today. Okay, so everybody sit up nice and straight. Sorry that I'm blurry just now. Okay, there we go. I'm more into focus. Ooh, that camera. Okay, but anyway, everybody sit up straight. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, and everybody reach up into the sky as high as you can. Grab some sun, grab some clouds, grab a bird flying by, tweet, tweet. Okay, but reach up as high as you can and let them drop. And everybody rotate the shoulders backwards. There we go. Feel that nice massage, everyone. Right. And by the way, while we're rotating our shoulders, everybody rotate them forward. Rotate them forward. While we're rotating our shoulders, I forgot to say this one thing. Happy New Year to everybody. We are in the new year. It is 2021, guys. Okay, so Happy New Year. I hope your holiday was very relaxing. I hope everybody got to spend a lot of time with your families, okay, and your friends, okay. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's rotate our necks in a circle very slowly. Don't go too fast, of course. All right, everybody rotate in the other direction. Oh, great. Feel that nice massage in the neck. Very good. Nice and slow. And everybody look all the way up and look all the way down. Look all the way to your right and all the way to your left. And everybody shrug and hold it like you're saying, I don't know. I don't know. And drop them. Everyone shrug your shoulders again. Hold it. I don't know. Just say it. I don't know. It's fun to say. Okay. And drop them. And everybody shake out your arms. Shake them out as fast as you can. Let's see if you can go faster than me. Come on. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them. And stop. Everybody take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Once again, deep breath in and deep breath out. Nicely done. Everybody clap once. Clap 2 times. Clap 3 times, everybody. And there we go. We are ready to go. So now it is time. Hopefully moms and dads, you were able to get the song on the Google search engine, even printed out with just the lyrics. When the Saints Go Marching In. Now, I love this song, When the Saints Go Marching In. Definitely reminds us of God's people, If you are God's chosen, God's people, are the saints. And this particular hymn really reminds us that God has the glory and has the victory in everything, that we can rely on him no matter what troubles we have. Okay, we can rely on him to win the victory for us. It's a great little song that I used to sing as a kid. I probably didn't know what it meant at the time. Okay, I didn't know. But think about the lyrics that we're singing. Oh, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, I want to be in that number. I mean, I want to be with the saints when the saints go marching in. Okay, so thinking like that, I want to be with God's people, the family of God. I want to be with them, and that's really what the song is about, and that's what we all want, guys. So let's get into the song. Hopefully, again, you have those lyrics handy. And I'm going to get out my trusty guitar for this one. Okay. And sing along. Sing along as best as you can, guys. Okay. So here we go. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in, and when the sun refused to shine, when the sun refused to shine, I still want to be in that number. When the sun refused to shine. Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in. I'm gonna sing as loud as thunder. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Okay, and that was When the Saints Go Marching In. If you guys were able to follow along with that song, everybody give yourselves a round of applause once again. Now, if you had some difficulty with following the song, guys, that's okay. All you have to do is make sure you go back to this video, okay, with your lyrics handy, and then practice it. Practice it repetitively. Remember, repetition is key to learning anything, everybody, okay? So get right to practicing, even outside of this. That way you will get better, everyone. Okay, let's get to the core of our lesson, shall we? Okay, let's go. Right behind me, I have my whiteboard, and I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna grab my my two drumsticks that I'm going to use. Okay, there you go. I'm back in focus again. I'm so sorry again. Every time I move a little too fast, it's just this camera. Okay, but it always goes back into focus. However, you guys, make sure that you have two things to bang on. If you hadn't gotten it already, make sure you get that, okay? Give yourself time right now to go get, again, 2 spoons, maybe even 2 pencils, 2 pens, two markers. You can even get, ooh, I almost dropped my microphone, guys. Okay, you can't see it, but this is here's my microphone. This is how you can hear me so clearly. Okay, but yeah, you can get 2 markers to do this. Okay, any pair of hard items, in which case you will bang on, and we're going to do it according to the rhythms that I have written behind me. Okay, and the very key notes that we're going to go over are the 8th notes. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's do this, guys. Here we go. Let me get it right into focus. All right. Oh, I don't like that. There we go. I think that should be good. All right. Here we go. Now, I do want to, let's see. I do want to point out the 8th notes. Okay. So actually, let me bring this a little closer and see if we can focus this even better. Okay. I think that should do it. All right. So here we go, everybody. So let's talk about, nope, I'm really not enjoying. Here we go. I think this is what I need to do. There we go. I think that makes it a little better than it was before. There's a big light shining, glaring, even through closed blinds. I really have to get curtains. Curtains would really help this issue. But in any event, we could still see the notes. Okay. Now, what you see in the very first measure, this is a 4/4 meter. So if you guys remember from the past videos, if you're new to joining us, okay, take a look at the past couple of videos that I've done regarding rhythms. Okay. And so I'm talking about 8th notes. Okay. And we have a pair of 8th notes right here. These are the only kind of 8th notes, the only kind of notes that actually has two note heads. Okay, that's the circle, that's the colored in or the shaded in circles with the stems attached, and then a bar, a line going across the top connecting the 2 stems. Okay. Some of the other notes, like the quarter notes, which is worth 1 beat, okay? And like the whole note, which is just a plain circle, that's worth 4 beats. And the half note, which is 2 beats, and the dotted half note, which is 3 beats. They're different because they just have the stems by themselves, and they're not connecting to anything. But the 8th notes have these bars that go across the top, okay? Now, here's what you might be thinking. You got 2 8th notes. They're connected together because of this bar at the top. The question is, what do they look like by themselves? This is exactly what they look like by themselves. So watch this. I'm going to write it over here. Okay, there you go. Do you see that? Now, what I have here, note head, okay, colored in, shaded in with a stem, and this little flag looking thing right there, okay? Actually, because there's that glare, I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to, in the not so glary part, okay, there we go. So take a very good look. We have the same thing here, okay. I'm sure you can see this, but again, I have my doubts that because of this glare that's coming through. So I wrote it over here. So shaded in note head with a stem and a little flag that's right on top of it. I call it a flag. You can call it a tail. You can call it whatever, but notice that an 8th note by itself looks very different from the quarter note or the whole note or the half note or even the dotted half note, okay? They look very different, okay? Because of that little flag or tail or whatever you want to call it, because of that little thing. Now, having that makes a difference. It lets us know, first of all, that we're able to identify what the 8th note looks like, okay? Not only that, okay, it lets us know that it has a different value, okay? So when I'm going to put this equal sign, and I'm going to write this, half of a beat, okay? So the 8th notes are worth half of a beat, just half, okay? So what does that mean, though? What does a half mean? Well, let's take a look. Let's talk about this one drumstick. Okay, we have this one drumstick. Take a very good look. I got one whole drumstick, right? If I were to cut this drumstick directly in the middle, let's say I was to chop it karate chop it. Hi-ya. Okay, I can't do that because I'm going to hurt myself. Okay, but if I were to karate chop it right there, right smack dab in the middle, okay, then what happens? It breaks, and then you have two pieces. But guess what? Those two pieces are not whole pieces, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, this is a whole drumstick, right? This is a whole drumstick. If I were to, again, chop it in the middle, you'd have one piece that's smaller than the whole drumstick. You'd have one piece from here to here, okay? And then another piece from here to here, right? You'd have two smaller pieces, basically, okay? But don't think on the two. Don't think so much on the two. You don't have, let's put it this way. If I cut it in half, okay? There's that word half. If I cut it right there in the middle, okay, you have smaller pieces, and those two, but when you take those two smaller pieces and try to maybe put them together, you take the one piece, put it over here, other piece, put it over here, and let's say you were trying to glue it, right? You try to glue it, then guess what? Once the glue dries, you have one drumstick again, one whole drumstick. So what am I really saying? Cut it in half, you have half a drumstick over here, another half of a drumstick over here. In other words, these are smaller pieces. They're two pieces, but they're still smaller. They're not more than the one drumstick because it takes a small piece, half, and another half to complete the one. So half plus a half equals one. Let me write that down. Let me write that. This is math we're talking about, guys. Everybody say that. Music is math. Everybody say that. Music is math. Okay? So what are we talking about here? Half. The half looks like a 1 with a dash and a 2. 1 over 2. So if we take this math equation, if we go 1/2 plus 1/2, that equals 1. Y'all see that? Everybody see that? So half plus a half equals 1 whole. Okay? That's the point of my drumstick example. Cut it in the middle. You have half a drumstick here, half another half of a drumstick here. Half plus another half equals 1. You see that, guys? Half plus half equals 1. A half is smaller than a 1, okay? If you know what else is smaller than a 1? A 0. A 0 would be smaller than a 1, but a 0 also means nothing. So if we cut this in half, are we looking at nothing? No, we're not looking at 0. We're looking at half. We're looking at something there, but it's a half of a drumstick. See, from here to here is just half. So so it's smaller than 1 whole, okay? And that could be a whole of anything. We could have 1 whole marker. Let's say we have 1 whole marker, but if we were to cut it in the middle, right, then we'd have half here and half here. Half plus half equals 1. Okay, so remember that, guys. You guys are getting this kind of math earlier than what you should be, okay? Because fractions is not something you do at this grade level, at this age level, okay? But this is the best way that you guys can understand how we're doing this music. What you might be even asking, well, what does this have to do with the music, with the notes? Well, like I said before, the eighth notes by themselves look like this, okay? Stem, shaded in note head, and the little flag or little tail. That's what it looks like by itself, okay? But if you were to take 2 of these, here, 1 eighth note here, another eighth note here, and you took their little flags, if you took their little flags and tied them together, they would look like this. You see that? You'd have an eighth note and an eighth note. That bar that's across the top of the stem is their little flags tied together, okay? But meanwhile, each eighth note is worth half of a beat, half. So half plus half equals 1. Let me write it down here, actually. So here it is. Here's my other pair of eighth notes. We have a half a beat here plus another half a beat here, and that is going to equal 1. one whole, okay? Look at the counts underneath. Look at the very counts underneath. Maybe you can't see it all that well. Let me try to, I'm going to do this. No, that's not helping. Okay, what can I say? It's the best I can do, okay? But underneath these counts, actually, let me try one more time to just move it up closer. While I move my bench out of the way, actually, too. Okay, but here we go. Okay, I don't know if that helps. Okay, I don't know if you could see that all that well, but here we go. We have half and a half, and underneath each of those eighth notes, I have a 1 and an A, as in one and. One and. In other words, this is the first half of the beat. It takes two of these eighth notes to equal one beat, right? So if that's the case, it goes one and, okay? So what I want everybody to do right now is to take their two sticks, their two spatulas, okay, or spoons. If you have them handy, get in readiness position, kind of like an X, just like this, and you're going to hit those two eighth notes like this. One and. You see that? Let me show you that again. One and. You're going to go one and. Everybody do that. Ready? And go. One and. Let's do it again. One and. Everybody, one more time. One and. Okay? Just like that. Okay? So that's how those two eighth notes will feel. Half plus half equals one full beat. Okay? Then we make our way over to the quarter note. This is we're in the first measure right now, that first measure. The quarter note on the second beat, you're just going to hit it like this. 2. Everybody do that. Ready? And go. 2. Remember, we're counting those counts with those rhythms, okay? So, how do we get from the 2 eighth notes to the quarter note? It's going to go like this. 1 and 2. So basically, when you beat it, you're going to go 1 and 2. Everybody do that with me. 1, 2 on my count and go. And 1 and 2 and stop. Okay? Just like that. Let's do it again. 1 and 2. Ready? 1, 2, ready? Let's play it. And 1 and 2 and stop. Okay? Now, here's the thing about this, guys. What you guys might be thinking, or the way you might be understanding is that the eighth notes, wow, they sound faster than the quarter notes and all the other notes. They sound faster. Guess what? It's not that it's faster. It's just that they're smaller. Remember what I said earlier, that each of these is worth half of a beat. Okay? A half is smaller than a whole, than one. Okay, so if a half is smaller than 1, right, what you're really doing is you're doing smaller bits of sound. It may sound like it's fast, but it's not really fast. They're just smaller. It's smaller amounts of a beat. An eighth note, one eighth note, each eighth note is worth half of a beat, which means it's smaller than a full beat. Whereas beat 2, which is the quarter note, in this example, this is a whole beat, a full beat. That's why we beat it at 2, right? But with the eighth notes, we go 1 and, because they're smaller increments of sound. They are smaller bits of sound. Everybody understand that? Remember, the eighth notes are smaller bits of sound than the quarter note, okay? Remember that. Put it in your memory banks. Take what I just said, stick them in your ear, and let it whirl around in your brains and keep them in there. All right. Good job if you did that. Okay. So now we have in a third beat, because this is a 4-beat meter. Remember, every measure is going to be worth 4 beats. Okay. So in the third beat, we're going to have 3 and. Okay. 2 eighth notes. Just like we did the 1 and, we're going to go 3 and. So watch how that looks. 3 and. Everybody do that. 3 and. Everybody do it again. 3 and stop right there. And then we have the quarter note, like in beat 2, we got a full beat in beat number 4. And we're going to hit the quarter note as 4. Everybody do that. 4. Everybody do it again. 4. Okay, now after that, we got to put this whole measure together. Okay, so ultimately, you're beating it at this 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now, how does that look with your utensils, right? You're going to go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and stop. Let's do it together, guys. Readiness position. Here we go on our first measure. I'm going to back this up a little bit because some of that sun is not blaring through like before. And this way you can see the rest of my face here. Okay, but here we go. Let's do our first measure. Okay, again, me first. It's going to go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and stop right there. Okay, readiness, everyone, on my 4 count. 1, 2, let's do it together. Here we go. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and off. One more time, everybody. That full measure. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. First 2 eighth notes. Go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and off. All right. Did you all get that? If you didn't, that's okay. We're gonna go back to the beginning and go all the way forward. Plus, after this, guess what? You can go back to this video and practice what we've been doing, okay? But we're gonna move on to the second measure, which we have is our whole note. And there comes the glare again. Oh boy, hello, Mr. Glare. All right, we have our second measure, which is just a circle, and that's our whole note. So if we recall, for those of us who've been here, we hit it on the first beat, and we're gonna hold. That's what the dashes are on the counts. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Notice how I hit the board just only one time, right? So we're gonna hit our sticks or utensils or whatever we have. You're gonna hit it one time. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. That's how we're going to hit that whole note. Try it, everybody. Readiness position from the whole note. Here we go in the second measure, and on my count. 1, 2, ready, whole note go. And 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay, one more time, guys. Do that whole note with me. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, whole note. Let's go. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Notice again, I didn't say this before, but when I hit, I'm also still holding the sticks together and counting that hold, okay? That's what we're doing with that whole note. Go right to the third measure. We have our half note here, which is 2 beats held. 1-2, 1, hold 2. And then you have the 2 eighth notes on beat 3, which is 1 beat, right? Because half plus half equals 1. And we're going to go 3 and, right? And then, remember, for those who have been here, we went over our rest. This is called a quarter rest, which is like a quarter note, which is 1 beat. But this is going to be 1 beat of silence. 1 beat of silence, okay? So when we get to beat number 4, we're not hitting anything. We're just putting our sticks or utensils apart and going 4, okay? So altogether, this measure should sound like this. Starting with the half note. 1, hold 2, 3, and 4. And our sticks go apart for beat number 4 because of the quarter rest. Okay. Remember, those are like the rests are like a period of silence. Okay, it's like a break. Okay, like in a sentence structure where you have your periods and you have your commas and your semicolons and things like that, question marks. This is a break within the phrasing, okay, of music. So we're going again. Here we go. Get in readiness position. Start with our half note into the eighth notes and then the quarter rest where we're silent, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, half note first, and go. 1, hold 2 eighth notes, 3, and quarter rest. 4. Done, okay? Do it again. One more time. Third measure. 1, 2, ready, and half note. Go. 1, hold 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Hope you guys got that. Very good. Okay? Let's go right to our last measure now. Our last measure has the dotted half note, which is 3 beats. It's like the half note, except it has a dot next to it, as you can see. And the dot adds a beat. So where the half note had 2 beats held, our dotted half note has 3. And so when we hit in that rhythm, that dotted half note, we're going to go 1, hold 2, hold 3. But then on the 4th beat, we got what again? 2 eighth notes. 2 eighth notes where we're going to play 4 and. And so that sounds like this. 4 and. So altogether, that last measure should sound like this. 1, hold 2, hold 3, 4 and off. Okay? Let's try it together, guys. Last measure, dotted half note. Here we go. On my count. 1, 2, ready. Let's play dotted half note. 1, hold 2, hold 3, 4 and off. Let's try it again. Last measure. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, dotted half note, and 1, hold 2, hold 3, eighth notes, 4 and off. Okay? All right, guys, guess what? Now it's time for us to do the whole thing, going right from the beginning. Let me back it up a little bit. Okay, so from the beginning all the way to the end. Get in readiness position, everybody. Here we go, starting with the 2 eighth notes. Remember, you got the 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Whole note, 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Half note, 1, hold 2. Eighth notes, 3 and quarter rest, 4. And then we have 1, hold 2, hold 3. That's the dotted half note. And eighth notes, 4 and done. Let's try it together, guys. From the beginning, readiness position on my 4 count. Here we go. 1, 2, the eighth notes. Let's play them. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Whole note. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Half note. 1, hold 2, eighth notes. 3 and 4. Then dotted half note. 1, hold 2, hold 3, and eighth notes, 4 and off. Okay, let's try it again. One more time. Last time. Here we go. Eyes on the music, readiness position, and here's my count. 1, 2, ready. Let's play it. Eighth notes. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. 1, hold 2, 3, and 4. Now, 1, hold 2, hold 3, 4, and off. Did you guys get that? If you did, give yourselves a stick. Give yourself an instrument applause. Good job. If you didn't, that's okay, guys. Go back to the video, practice what we've done, okay? Just replay it and practice with it until you guys get it right, okay? Great job, everybody. You did a fantastic job. Okay, let me just put this back and let me sit down and join you. All right, everybody take a seat. If you've been standing, let's relax. Okay, we've been doing a lot of work. So everybody sit up nice and straight, and everybody take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. Okay, roll those shoulders a little bit because I'm feeling a little tense right there after all that practice. Roll those shoulders. You can feel that nice massage, okay? Can't hurt. It's a good thing, okay? All right, guys, great job, everybody. Give your brains a kiss and say, good job, brains. Good job. Okay, so we went over those eighth notes, okay, and we're going to do some more combinations of eighth notes and quarter notes and half notes. I'm even going to add the rest that we went over in the previous videos. You could take a look at that. I went over a whole rest and a half rest. So I'm going to start adding that to our repertoire of notes that we know and practice a different kind of rhythm example, okay? So have your utensils ready for next week, okay? And guys, once again, great job. We're going to continue this next week, and that's it. I just want to give a shout out to all the people who have been supporting Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy, the YouTube live channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. But thank you for those people who have subscribed. You have been so wonderful. I appreciate your support in this. And from many people around the world, I have other students around the world that are watching this right now. People from Sri Lanka, from Australia, from the UK, from China, Japan, from South America, from the Philippines, from India. Okay, all of you folks, thank you so much for supporting. And of course, from the United States, my friends in the United States, thank you very much as well for all of your support. I appreciate that. Please continue again to watch the log on. I want to get as many views of this wonderful content. And I want to keep bringing out this wonderful content, okay? Because sometimes, we can't get music lessons and things like that. So this is definitely the next best thing. Like and share all these videos. When you guys watch these videos, like and share them, okay? Definitely like and share them so that more people can get the word out. And tell people about music lessons with Mr. C every week. Can't get it anywhere else for free. Okay, so tell more people about it, so that again I can continue to do this every week, Monday through Friday. Okay, if you have Facebook, definitely check the schedule for the different grade levels that I do. Okay, guys, once again, great job. Okay, great job, wonderful. I had a wonderful time. I hope you did too. And as always, I wish all of you happy practicing. Everybody, happy New Year. Welcome to 2021, and I will see you guys next week. Everyone, take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day.